Hello everyone, this is Face Maintenance College. I am Anthony. Today we will have course Lesson 8, iPhone X Baseband and Signal Circuit Principle. Let's know signal circuit workflow. 1. Baseband power work. 2. Baseband CPU work. 3. Baseband CPU verify the load component by RFFE lines. 4. Verification failed, no service. 5. Verification passed, radio frequency processor work. 6. Signal receive circuit work. 7. Signal emit circuit work. 8. Standby. Today, let's talk about iPhone X signal circuit. There are two layers of iPhone X PCB. Up layer is logic PCB, down layer is signal PCB. All the signal lines are in the down layer PCB. This is BB power IC. This is CPU. The radio frequency processor and amplifier are at the bottom of the connector. When you turn the phone on, BB power IC start working and output power to BBCPU. Then BBCPU verify itself and control the amplifier by RFFE lines. iPhone X service error repair idea. When the phone suffers signal error, need to confirm the error is from BBCPU or signal receive emit lines. Enter setting, general, about. Check the version number of modem. If shows number, means BBCPU circuit is okay. If shows no number, means BBCPU circuit error. If we meet the signal error, we need to confirm the error is from BB or signal. How to confirm the BB error? Enter settings, general, about. Check the version number of the modem. If shows number means error is from signal. If not, means BB is error. Fix BB. Shows the error version number. 1. After the BB error had been fixed, check RFFE lines of BBCPU OK or not. How to check? Install SIM card, find carrier in setting menu. If it is existing, means RFFE lines OK. If not, means RFFE lines error. 2. After BBCPU working, it will verify the components in lines by RFFE lines, such as power amplifier, radio frequency, antenna switch add. If any one is broken, that will cause BBCPU error. So, if RFFE lines of BBCPU is error, check and fix the components of the lines first. 3. When we can see the carrier, enter, then close automatic and wait a minute. See any carrier shows. If carrier shows but still no signal, means the signal receiving circuit is okay, error is from signal transmitting circuit. If no show, means the error is from signal receiving circuit. After we confirm the BBCPU is okay, but the signal is error. You need to check the error is from RFFE lines or antenna. How to confirm the RFFE lines of BBCPU are okay or not? Enter setting. In the old version, there is no sign of carrier, but there is half in the new. Turn on the network. Check the network selection. If there is selection, means RFFE lines are okay. If not, means error. Try to search the network. If the phone can search the never, means received lines are okay. Error may be from transmitted lines. If the phone search nothing, means error is from received lines. When repairing the signal error, you need a carrier signal frequency distribution table. Here is the carrier signal frequency distribution table of China for reference. Next, check network band coverage of your location. Here is network coverage query for reference. When repairing the signal path, fix 2G first, then 3G or 4G. When the signal path is ever, fix receive lines first, then emission lines. iPhone X processes of signal receiving and transmitting. This is the picture for reference. iPhone X surface error repair idea. No firmware version number. 1. It means BBCPU is error. Maybe BBCPU is damaged. BBCPU power supply error. Connection error between BBCPU and BBPMU or BBCPU and CPU. Or BBE port is damaged. 2. BBE port is encrypted with BBCPU. Once it broken, cannot be fixed. 3. BBCPU is encrypted with CPU. Once it broken, cannot be fixed. 4. Before we repair, we need to check BBCPU power okay or not. And take out BBCPU, then check the connection between BBCPU and BBPMU or BBCPU and CPU okay or not. iPhone X BBCPU power. The power of BBCPU is from BBPMU. We can follow the software to check resistance of all lines of BBPMU. Check any line is short. When turn on the phone, we can check voltage of S2, S3 and S4 of BBPMU okay or not. And according to this, to make sure the BBPMU okay or not. iPhone X BB connection. When we take out the BBCPU and check pins of the pad, see the connection of BBCPU okay or not. The red pins are GND. The blue pins are useless. Now, let's check iPhone X repair cases reference. Case 1. iPhone X 3 seconds prompt without SIM card or no service. The iPhone X malfunction is when the SIM is not installed. The pop-up window prompts no SIM card installed, approximately every 3 to 5 seconds. And when the SIM card is installed, approximately every 3 to 5 seconds, the upper left corner of the phone prompts no service, searching, operator name, repeatedly changing. According to customer descriptions, this problem is caused by the failure of the mobile phone after fall, sometimes good and bad. Before performing repairs, we performed a simple analysis. The iPhone X phone signal part is on the lower layer motherboard, and the baseband CPU is responsible for processing. While the baseband CPU passes RFFE1, RFFE2, RFFE3, RFFE4, RFFE5, RFFE6 are the 6 RFFE lines to control the RF processor, power amplifier, power IC, low band power amplifier, high band power amplifier, ultra high band power amplifier, antenna switch, and the other low components. If there is a problem with the baseband itself, the failure is manifested as no baseband. If there is a problem with the low circuit of the baseband CPU, it will cause an RFFE line exception, causing the baseband CPU to malfunction. This iPhone X's failure manifests as the baseband CPU circuit is working properly. According to the iPhone X's motherboard design structure, we know that most of these problems are caused by the lower layer of the motherboard and the abnormality of the upper antenna switch. Next, we first use the heating station to lay the motherboard and then remove DSM HBE and found that the pad pin 20A was disconnected. The cause of the failure was found. The line is the 75 RFFE2 SDATA-E control lines issued by the baseband CPU. We make a jumper in the pin 28, handle the pad, and we installed the IC. The file was solved perfectly. Case 2. iPhone X no baseband. Change lower motherboard still failure. Failure phenomenon. According to the description of the technician customer, the original file of the iPhone X was no baseband. Trying to replace the lower motherboard, the file remains. Failure analyzed. iPhone X has no baseband failure. The general reasons are 1. The baseband CPU itself is abnormal. 2. The baseband EPON is abnormal. 3. The baseband CPU working conditions are not met. 4. The communication between the baseband CPU and the main CPU is abnormal. Solution. We first excluded the iPhone X that was previously repaired by technician customer to see if there was a problem. We removed and solved the baseband CPU and baseband EPON to the new iPhone X lower motherboard text, and found that the failure remained. Next, we need to measure the communication between the baseband CPU and the main CPU to see if it is normal. When measuring the capacitor C1122 on the upper board of the iPhone X, it was found that the resistance at both ends of the capacitor was OL, and the resistance value was abnormal. According to the schematic, capacitor C1122 is a coupling capacitor on the communication line between the main CPU and the baseband CPU. One end of the capacitor C1122 is connected to the main CPU, and one end is connected to the baseband CPU below the motherboard. When measuring the resistance value of capacitor C1122 near the main CPU, the resistance value is displayed as OL. Because capacitor C1122 is sealed with plates, we need to rule out the problem of a normal capacitance. We remove the capacitor and directly measure the pad near the end of the CPU, and found that the resistance value was still OL, indicating that the CPU may have a loss. Next, we replanted the A11 CPU and measured the pad near the CPU again. At this time, the resistance value was displayed as 376, and the line returned to normal. We installed the capacitor C1122, laminating the iPhone X motherboard, and reinstall and test. The baseband problem is perfectly fixed. Case 3. iPhone X no baseband. Failure phenomenon. The iPhone X malfunctions as no baseband. Failure analyzed. 1. Check whether the baseband CPU is damaged. 2. Check whether the baseband EPON is damaged. 3. Check whether the power supply and data lines of the baseband CPU are abnormal. Solution. Take out the motherboard, layering the motherboard, and observe that the motherboard is not obviously damaged. Removing the baseband CPU, reads the baseband EPON information completely, indicating that the baseband EPON is normal. The baseband CPU pad resistance was measured and found that the baseband CPU AA pin and BA pin resistance value were OL, which should normally be 654 and 672, and it was judged that this line was disconnected. According to the schematic, the baseband CPU AA pin associated circuit is QLINK REQ W0E, which is the data request signal from the RF processor to the baseband CPU. The baseband CPU BA pin associated circuit is QLINK ENW0E, which is the data start signal from the RF processor to the baseband CPU. It is judged that the device has no baseband failure due to the disconnection of this line. Measure the resistance values of the test ports PA03E and PA04E on the back of the motherboard at 632 and 714, and judge that the test port passes through the RF processor line. Make a jumper from the test port PA03E to the baseband CPU AA pin. Make a jumper from testing port PA04E to the baseband CPU BA pin, and then put back the baseband CPU and install it and test it. The baseband returned it to normal. The file is perfectly solved. Today, I would like to share the case about BB error. When we turn the phone on, there is a sign. Connect the phone to PC. BB information cannot be read. Before we fix BB, separate the PCB first. This is BB power IC, and this is BBCPU. We check BB power if it is shorted according to the schematic. Clean it out and check. We found that this line is shorted. And this line is through BB to here. This is 0.8 voltage power of BB. It means this line is shorted. Burned it by rosin. Set PP supply to 0.13 voltage, 5 ampere, and shut down the power protection. There's a broken capacitor. Let's take it out. After that, check resistance again. Now the resistance is okay. No sign in the phone. And we can see the signal. So everything is okay. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Okay, this is the course today. More repair cases, please check on our book, iPhone Maintenance Point and Inspire. I am Anthony. Let's meet next time. Bye.